All right, just adjusting it. Whoop! Oh! So we started our last episode with our players being themselves in this end-of-the-world RPG, discovering a strange new life form that's flitting by the parking lot, kind of a flying rod dragonfly thing. And by using their first die roll for the night, they convinced a poor, hapless role player to go check it out for them. But Cam decided a little extra incentive was needed by pushing the fellow out the door. Let's see how the vote for Cam's physical stats went down earlier in the night to see if he has what it takes to push a fool right into the jaws of potential danger.
Oh, man.
Okay, so
my turn?
Jester. Yep.
All right. For physical, for both dexterity and vitality, I put 3 for each. Because I feel like, I work out a few times a week.
You're in good shape.
I ride my bike. I go rucking.
You go rucking?
You know what rucking is.
A couple. I've only done it once or twice. You go
So your rucksack.
You put like 20, 30 pounds in a backpack and go
yeah, you
like
might
hiking.
in my boat.
I asked myself that question too. So yeah, I figured I'm about in the middle, 3. I'm not running marathons or triathlons or anything.
No,
I like how Diane votes. It's like they're almost finished, and she's like already like, yeah, go to that snap decision. Oh, he's the best.
These are going to be all agreements or maybe one humble.
All agreements. There we go.
See, I can get in the heads of my fellow team members.
And roll.
Get low.
Okay, so
I've got 2 positives and 1 negative.
and 1 negative.
Well,
Nothing cancel.
No, wait. The 4 is. This is a 4.
The number and the negatives don't matter. Just whether or not they get canceled by positives and vice versa.
Yeah, because my dexterity is 3,
Mm-hmm.
and I rolled 3 and a 2.
Okay.
So these would cancel? Yes?
No, they don't cancel.
No.
It has to. The number
The
has
number
to
has to match.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
So basically, you're going to take 1 track of negative damage. Maybe you pushed your arm a little bit, or you pulled your arm a little bit where you're trying to shove him to the door.
Okay.
Or maybe he yanked on you a little bit when you did that.
Okay.
But you made 2 successes.
Okay.
So you definitely got him in there.
So you kicked them out twice.
The corn chip dust from his mouth got in
Where
your
do I take
got in your eye.
Yeah.
There's
He
supposed to be
scratched
a-
your cornea.
There's supposed to be 3 rows of cards. Yeah.
He scratched his cornea, and I have eye drops, so you're
Here
good.
you go.
Yeah.
So,
And you push him at the same
What
time.
form is
You guys close the door.
Yep.
He grabs it, and it starts spinning around in his hand, and it looks like it bites him. But in addition to that, the other 2 or 3 that have come into the room also start to bite him. And he's like batting him around, he's starting to panic, and he's rushing back to the door. And his face looks a little green at this point. So he's coming at the door to get back in, and there are 3 little flying rod things behind him.
wait,
What does it feel
but
like?
my check was to kick him out.
Oh, that door, I'm
was
sorry.
To kick him out.
My bad.
Was to kick him out of it.
So we rewind,
It's
yeah,
really
you're just out. So yes, you kick him out into the back alley, and just close the door.
Okay. Good.
And then, like after a while, you start hearing him, hey, out, and then he starts to scream.
Okay.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Sorry for your luck. Sorry for your luck, buddy.
Looks like you're having a bad day.
Yeah.
Sometimes life deals you a bad hand.
Yeah.
Great.
We
And
gotta look out for
sometimes
each other.
we help them along.
Yeah.
Remind me to be on my toes.
Okay, is there a peephole in that door?
No.
Can we see?
We pretend there's
No,
one.
there isn't.
No, put my foot down.
All right.
I already allowed the snake.
There's a
She
small
burned you,
space
Lulu.
underneath the door where you could
Yeah,
potentially
you
see
see the
like people
shadow.
walking
That's
by.
true.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
See
All
the
right.
There's a little
shadow.
crack.
We can see his feet, maybe,
Yeah.
but
Well, if he falls down.
Oh, yeah, that's
Or if it gets covered in blood.
Yeah.
down here.
And then I say,
You know
it's
what?
like he's dancing.
Shadow, and then thump.
Oh.
Okay, so he's down.
He's down, he's up against the door.
Ooh.
Up against the door.
Up against the door.
Yes.
All right.
That's odd.
So, what do you guys do at that point?
You
Other
okay?
than, oh, no answer.
No answer.
You gonna do something? You dead?
Try kind of kicking the door a little bit, see if it'll
Yeah.
jostle him.
Yeah.
Does it like make him fall back since he's up against the door? If we kick him?
Nope, he's
still
pretty-
in
He's
there.
dead
He's
against the
there.
door.
He's like cemented.
wedged
in
against
So our back,
Yeah.
the back exit is now blocked by
Yes.
a large gamer. A large
Yes.
dead gamer.
Yeah. That sucks. Wow, we should look for food.
He probably had a lot.
Well, I would say maybe we should start barricading the doors.
That too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
windows.
So are we gonna
Draw
hold up
the
at this
curtain.
game
How about
room?
the guys
Huh?
barricade the doors and we'll look for like food and all that other
Forage.
stuff. Anything we can use
So we're
for
this is our
upcoming
fort.
journey.
We're gonna try to stay in this room, and this is gonna be our safety. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well, we have there's a snack bar in the game
In the
store.
game.
But are there-
Yeah, we have food.
Right.
We have food. We have water. We have
I take inventory.
drinks.
But you have,
Is this bulletproof glass?
yeah.
I hope so.
The thing is, you know, that game had about 5 other guys.
Oh, what are they doing?
Well, one of them is coming back and he goes, dude, where did Sam go?
He said to go out back. He said meet him out
Go
back.
out.
What?
Yeah, Sam said he wanted you guys to meet him out back. He wanted to show you something.
But go around the front.
Yeah, but that, we can't get the door open for some reason. So he was calling for you guys to come out there.
Really? What's wrong? And he's kind of muscling in to see what's wrong with the door.
Oh,
I think I
it's-
can fix it. I can probably fix it.
No, it's wedged, so maybe not.
Oh, you know, it's stuck half the time. You know, whenever we come in the morning, you just got to really work it. You guys really try to barricade him or let him open it?
Well, he can't open it because Sam's
Yeah.
dead corpse.
But he's
And
really
there
trying
could
to
be more
shove
of those things.
Let him open it and then shove him out and close
Did
the
you
door.
name
the.
it?
Well,
Is
he
it
named
Sam?
it
Oh.
What's this guy's name?
This? Oh, his name's Saul.
Sam and Saul.
Sam and
Oh,
Saul.
okay. Well, we could use this guy could be another victim for those creatures or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Try
I
it.
think we might have to worry about like attracting more. I mean,
Yeah,
there's tons
I
of,
don't
like,
want that door to open.
food sources
Yeah.
out there.
I think we need to convince him to go around the front.
With his friends, yeah.
Yeah, and check out
Because
what's
we need
going
a
on
lot
in
of
back.
food.
Yeah.
No, maybe we can convince them,
All of them.
all
to
of
go,
them,
to go out.
around.
Yeah.
Oh,
because,
yeah.
because he said that there's something
Yeah.
really cool back there that he wants to show them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would like. That's what I want. I want them
I
all
want
to
to
leave.
convince
Yeah.
them.
Because then
Because I have
otherwise,
charisma too.
yes.
So you convince 2, I convince the other 2? Let's do it.
Yeah, let's start some.
All
convincing.
right.
What do we do? How many dice?
Well,
Abby has a high charisma as well. We got 3 really charismatic people.
Yeah, something.
Well, is it,
Ew.
is it going to be? Well, this is just like a order of operations question. Would it be? Is it going to be tougher for one person to convince them all, or is it easier to split it across in terms of their?
what I'm gonna do is, I think.
I'm just
every per-
asking because why risk 3 taking
Yeah.
hits? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That if one
I'll
person
take the
if
hit.
one person can do it just as easily as
Okay.
I'm gonna say that that one person is gonna be the leader, and the other 2 are gonna add, especially since you guys have better than average dice, you're gonna be another asset, another positive die to her roll.
We have our leader.
Let's be
So
ass.
you're gonna have
At
her positive
Yes.
die plus your 2 positive dies.
All right.
Which one's it?
3
2 green?
positives.
Yeah, you have 3 positives.
You're rolling for
Now
all.
here, I'll be honest. I wasn't entirely sure what the rules for assisting other characters would be in End of the World. The important lesson is that I made a judgment call that seemed like a logical extension of the basic rules everyone is familiar with, which contribute to why a lot of people like systems that have a unified mechanic, because it's not about whether the game is more complex or not. It's about being able to maintain some sort of consistency when you're making a judgment call. Every system has its pros and cons, and that's one of the pros of having a system that uses one set of rules as an engine.
All right.
No pressure.
And
That's it?
trying to wonder whether or not what would be the negative in this situation.
What are your negative attributes?
Yeah, what are your actual
I have
attributes?
a bad neck, I'm allergic to cats.
Socially
And I could be
speaking.
too honest.
You can be too honest.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
she might spill the
Definitely a
beans.
negative, yeah.
You
No,
need
but like-
deodorant.
If they're rude. Are you being too rude or
what
honest?
is this? I don't know. You kind of have an urge to want to say something.
Don't say something you need to
I won't say anything to
Or
them.
let them, you won't.
Well, I wanted to put I can be an asshole. So that's why I put honest, like, 'cause it's nicer.
Honest is a nice
She
way
tells
of
him
saying
that Sam is
asshole.
dying to show them something.
What?
She says that
Y-
Sam
yes,
is dying to show them
exactly.
something.
Yeah, that's honest.
Sam
Yeah.
is dying to show you something.
Oh my
That's
God.
what I said. Good job.
Ah, all right.
Okay. So
Roll.
these-
Yes. Okay,
Right.
anything matches, I see.
The 4s.
No.
Matching.
Not for the opposite colors.
Okay, 2
Yes.
and 5.
Okay, and what's your total? Your charisma stat?
Charisma, I have 4.
4.
So 2 positive.
2 positive, well, yeah, so you still get a negative, because you feel just a little guilty.
What? I have no empathy. No empathy.
So
Or maybe you're getting just a little more cold-hearted.
Okay.
Today, it's the schmucks.
Okay.
Tomorrow, it might be one of the schmucks.
We'll see
Doing
what
something
happens.
rude.
Yeah.
So the nerd herd makes its way outside?
It does. Well, you know, they kind of sit there and they want to wait until the things fly by, and then like a cloud of them does pass, and the sky seems clear, and they move out.
Cool. Lock that door.
Yep.
So how do we mark our trauma as we take it? We mark it in one of the...
We mark it in one of those little. You have that track of 3 lines
Okay.
or 3 bubbles. Yes, you put
So I mark it on 3 here.
just one.
This
The
one?
first one, yeah, right.
This one, the first one?
Top one.
This one.
You go top, middle.
Got it.
Okay.
I
So,
miss our.
suckers!
I miss our standards.
They died.
All right, we lock that door
I
behind
don't
them.
know. You lock behind them, and you guys are in there.
Right.
Mhm.
Now we start barricading everything.
Barricade. I took inventory of the food
All right. Well,
and
what
looking
can
for supplies.
Kelvin? What can you see through the window there for the inventory for the food?
Cheez-Its, Poppy.
Cheez-Its.
Just assorted snacks.
Assorted snacks. They'll just say assorted snacks.
Okay.
Done.
Potato
Portion
chips
control,
and
just in
lots
case.
of soda.
There's also a fridge
Lots
over
of,
here.
lots of soda and water.
Yeah.
Water.
Yeah, too many fridges of water and soda.
Yeah. So it's good.
And I also, in my adventure game store bag of holding,
There you go.
have
Product placement.
carrots and Aldi hummus, which I brought
Nice.
for the group, which we can use to snack on to celebrate our victory of getting rid of the nerd herd.
And killing people. Killing makes you hungry.
Cold-hearted bastard.
Makes you snackish.
I'm interested to know if they actually made it around. Did we hear anything like out back?
All right, so I guess you guys are coming back here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen. And
Are we all sociopaths?
It would seem so.
Well, it could be pointed out that even if you don't have cell reception, you can still call 911 and you should be able to get something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we
Yeah.
probably should have done that, but
Yeah.
nobody thought of it, so
Yeah.
let's move on.
Well, now that you said it, Miss Empathy.
Well, and at the adventure game store does have a landline.
It
Yeah.
does.
Does the landline work?
It does. Well, you do the landline and notice.
Let's get to those details
Okay.
later.
Yeah.
Let's get to
Yeah.
the dying first.
Let's see if they're dying. Listening.
No, you don't. Don't hear anything.
They didn't make
They
it.
didn't even make it around.
They didn't make it around.
Maybe.
Is there cameras outside? Can we view it?
There's no cameras now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Even when you're an awesome IT hacker, dude, if you don't have power,
Oh yeah, the power's
True.
out.
Yeah.
never mind everything else, right? So, and as a side note, GM style, I have a list of like locations I thought that might crop up, so I can keep them in mind. And you know what? Staying in the game store was not one of them.
We'll probably do
Well,
it.
we were just listening to the emergency broadcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't expect us to follow directions?
Yeah.
Well, that I thought that was where I thought they'd zig instead of zag.
The one thing you didn't plan for. us to
Following
follow
directions.
Well, look, the jerks from that other group are gone, so things are already looking up.
Yeah. I just want to see this mac and cheese god.
There you go. So, we're gonna fast forward a couple of hours because really, after that, you see some clouds of these flying rods go back and forth. And in a way, they're actually kind of pretty to look at. And the way they kind of go back around and stuff, I mean, it almost looks like, you know, a swarm of birds or fish more than like, you know, a jumble of insects. Because you know how gnats and other things are like, you know, they just kind of bubble around into each other. You guys get hungry, you go through your snacks, and it starts to get dark. So what are you guys planning on doing at this point?
It's already dark.
And it's kind of hot and, you know, humid without the AC.
Yeah, I figured catch some Z's.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Sleep.
Maybe we
take
should-
turns.
Take turns.
Take turns.
Oh, so-
Yeah, we'll put someone on watch.
How
Yeah.
many
Every
people are there?
couple
Are we
hours.
6 people?
Five of them.
5 of us?
Well,
So-
6 of us. No, there's 6.
There's six.
Okay, okay.
So I mean,
I'm just quiet, non-committal, and
Okay.
quietly aghast.
two on, 4 sleep. That way there's always 2 people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
And,
And we're surrounded by games, so we start to play a game.
Stay awake, yeah.
Well, I think we should have like one person in the front, one person in the back, sort of keeping an eye on, or an ear out for
Yeah.
whatever is going on. You know?
Okay.
Done.
And how are we sleeping?
Peacefully?
Everybody's kind of back here. I would say everybody's kind of back here in this room. Remember, we have the glass windows out front barricaded, so we're
Yeah.
relatively
Okay.
safe. So we have a guard up front, a guard in the back, and everybody more or less in here.
Yeah.
So it's sleeping on the floor.
On this floor?
Yeah.
Better not there with the alien
Or you
fish.
put
Or-
like the chairs together.
On the table or the chairs together?
We're using those as blankets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good
Those
idea.
actually are blankets, so.
I actually am
Cool,
sleeping
man.
in the game closet in the back with the door closed and locked.
Alone?
You can come.
He needs his
What'd you
privacy.
Is that empathy again?
Okay, so it's hot, it's humid, we're trying to find ways to kind of sleep. So I would like everybody to grab 1 positive dice. Because you cannot tell me we get a refreshing sleep
No.
here. All right. Right, 1 positive die. Anybody have anything related to being very flexible, heavy sleeper, something like that?
No.
Actually, at this point, a heavy sleeper negative might be a positive. All right.
Under mental?
Under physical, because you're trying to, you know.
No.
All right, and I would say also get a negative die apiece, because you're in an uncomfortable position.
Oh, I got a baby one. Yeah.
I don't have good hopes for this. All right, everybody roll.
Oh.
All right, so is the positive die under your physical number, under your vitality number?
Yes.
All right.
Wait, what?
Ooh, not good.
No. It's not.
Nope.
Well, that didn't go down the way they expected it. Let's see how their vote for that stat happened back at the beginning of the session.
Yeah.
And so, who is next?
I'll volunteer once. I'll go next.
Okay. Now you got this? You got this?
Yeah. Okay, so for my physical, I'm an office drone, as we may have discussed pre-game, but I do go to the gym regularly and go for walks, and I'm in reasonably good shape, so I think that justifies a score of 2. I would think a total just layabout would be a 1, so I'm slightly above layabout. And a little piece of personal information, we were going for a walk at my dad's this past weekend, and we were walking at night, and it's alligator mating season, so they're out and about, and we heard one splash its way into the canal as we approached, and we ran at full sprint, and I was surprised how fast I could sprint.
He was definitely running ahead of me.
Yeah, I was
he was
like-
faster than I was.
And so, I think that means, and I didn't have a heart attack, which
It's always a plus.
Right, so I think I'm a reasonable 2.
You have to
Okay.
be fast.
So you're double 2. You put double 2.
Well, and not die. Yeah, so I put 2s for I can lift things and run as long as it's not a lot of lifting. Everything. I don't vote on my own, do I?
No. Out of luck.
You vote for yourself.
All right. 2. That sounds good. And 2. No, buddy. Give yourself credit. Give yourself credit.
Give each other.
I guess when you come rolling in with guns like these, people just. Okay, I will up one of my scores. Vitality is like health
Yeah.
overall.
Yeah, health overall. It's also your defensive stat. If something's attacking you, you defend with that.
Okay. So I bump the stat up, and I have to come up with positive and a negative trait.
And if you're attacking somebody, you use your dexterity. All right. So,
Okay, so who failed completely?
I did.
I did.
You did? All right, I'm going to say that you guys, instead of getting 2 stress, which would be the dots we're making, you're going to have a temporary trauma or negative effect, which is called a negative feature, of being exhausted.
Just write that down, basically.
Yeah, just write that down.
Well, the traumas
What
are.
are oh.
Or you can do it as write it down as a trauma, exhausted.
Where?
So you put that in a bar,
Under
right?
features? Under features.
Yeah, there's traumas.
Oh,
Right here,
okay.
right?
Right here.
You just fill in one bubble?
Yeah, fill in one bubble with the trauma.
Okay.
And for those who made it but still didn't get the negative die canceled out, you get 1 stress.
Stress here.
Yeah.
I'm tired, this sucks.
Yeah, you gotta get cranky. So-
When I get tired, I get silly, so that's gonna be me. I'm just like saying like, monkeys, they're pretty cool.
You get silly and there's exhausted, cranky people. You may be
Yeah.
silly, they might start finding you annoying.
Mm-hmm. It could happen. I
You'll
don't
join,
know.
you'll join the nerd herd.
Okay. Wise man.
So we wake up in various states of exhaustion the next day, I
Yes,
guess?
yes.
Okay.
I'm not saying you're like, oh my god, I can't even stand
Yeah,
up
but
here.
you're like,
But yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So,
Still sticking with the silly.
What's going on outside? Can we peek through our
go
little...
outside and actually it looks pretty, the skies seem pretty open, there don't seem to be, you see like one whizzing by and then that's it.
I'm gonna put my snake outside.
Put your snake outside?
Mm-hmm.
See what happens.
See what happens to it.
Test the
Yeah.
waters.
Alright, put your snake outside, you guys close the door and watch your snake. Or is it out here or is it
Up
Out
front.
in the
We
front.
can't get out there
Window.
still.
Because of the windows, yeah.
you
Wanna
lock
see
the
what
windows
And say goodbye, iguana door.
and she just kind of moves along and then just kind of slides into the hedges and just kind of sits there, maybe moves on a little bit more.
She's very long, so
Yes.
I'd be able to see a tree.
Nothing's attacking her, everything's
Okay.
fine.
No, nothing's attacked.
But she's also in a hedge.
Well, let's just slither our
Have you-
way,
have you
let's
given-
pretend to be snakes and slither out of the store.
Obviously,
Have you
Obviously,
given
you're
her
not
any,
afraid of
that's what we
snakes.
need to do.
have you given her any training that could prompt her to kind of poke up and
Yeah, I can say
does she dance?
arise, and then she'll stand up, part of her will go up. So
Yeah.
I tell her to do that. Arise, iguana door.
Not feeling it.
I'm not gonna buy it.
No. We just been confusing this with our
We
Wednesday
tried.
game. Where that would be a hell yes because it's just too cool.
Do
But
we
she
have any,
comes back though if I could tell her to come back.
Mm.
So I tell her to come back because she's gotten really far. So I'm like, iguana door. And she's coming back. So maybe on the way
No, I've lost forever.
do we have
She's
any
lost.
RC toys in here?
No, my first
Oh
one.
yeah, that'd be cool. We could
Well, I'm
throw dice
thinking
everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we need to get some sort of information from the outside world.
We
Yeah.
gotta turn on the
You were
radio in
getting
the
outside.
car again.
Why don't you call 911?
No, I mean
No signal.
So our survivors are now going to try to figure out where they can get information about what the hell's going on. So far, this morning seems pretty safe, except for one lone flying rod. But who knows what else they're going to find if they dare to step out of the game store and into this new world at the end of the world. Thanks for watching, and good gaming!